Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. And today I'm really glad because I'm able to record at a very early time. Time now is 6:26 p.m. Um, so, if this is the first time you are watching this video, you are welcome in this channel. I do review stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market. You're also welcome to send your requested stocks. So, if this is the type of content you want to watch every single day, you're invited here. Please do click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated. Okay, so what I have here, of course, is our index. Let me just set up my tools here. Okay, so we have the index, and guess what? I think I was right yesterday. So this is a, for me, I mentioned this is a bearish candlestick, and it was just a slight overshoot above the MA20 line. So indeed, it manifested in how the market performed today. We got some red candlestick here, and so let's just continue where we pegged it to drop, and I'm thinking it is going to drop right at this level. And this is just pure technicals, guys. So I may not be able to view all the news related to your stocks or index overall, but I try my best to also check out the news. As of the moment, the basis of my analysis is just our technicals. And as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward. We got a full red candlestick today. And most likely it is going to challenge our 6,923 level. So most likely with this kind of movement, I'm anticipating that some of our blue chip stocks have also corrected or declined in today's market performance. So this is not actually looking good because when it moved higher, it created a lower high. So chances are if it drops, let's say it drops all the way down here, then that could be a double bottom, and by that time we check where is your RSI at that point. But the nearest area that I can see, if it is going to respect this and continue to push higher, then we have some positive signs there. Okay, so let's take a look at the most trending stocks in today's market performance. Number one on our list is the continuation of the bullish movement of Dito. So we got some green candlestick here, and with 3.51% increase with foreign buying, I feel that there is still some room for the stock to move even higher. But at this point, being a position trader, I I would like to give everyone, of course, some words of caution because this for me is already starting to look expensive. All right, so we're not 100% sure at the same time if the decline will be something significant or deep in terms of the reduction in the price. Because if the stock is really bullish, then chances are your red days will just be 1 to 2 days and then continue to rally higher and higher. So probably something like this and this one. So if it is really on the bullish side, then those are my observations. At the same time, you can still trade this, provided you have to also be extra vigilant on the movements because given that it is already on the expensive side, anything can happen. It's highly volatile at this point, and so it can drop significantly, and you might not be able to tolerate that kind of risk. At the same time, if you are okay to trade this, then go ahead. Overall, my overall perspective for this stock is this kind of stock will potentially disrupt whatever indicators you already have there. So, for instance, this one, concept wise, while the price is moving higher, your RSI is declining, chances are you will have some retracement. But the retracement that happened here is just 1 day worth and then it recovered right away. So I'm thinking there could be a continuation. I cannot plot anything at this point except, of course, we're not 100% sure if it is going to go back to the 1573. If the market will give you a chance right there, or 1580 area, we will see. But in case it will fluctuate, I see 1580 as an area. Next is 297 for PHA. PHA reached a possible resistance. So the red candlestick today just confirmed that this indeed is a resistance. Your the second time when the price hits this level, it's slightly lower than the previous one, and then we ended with a red today. So I suggest try to wait for an opportunity to re-enter if you still are interested in the stock. My best bet here is around 251 area, also on the expensive side, but again this stock could also be really very bullish, and it could just be slight fluctuation or correction in terms of price movement. So 251 is our support. APL here. So it's nice that we are on a green, but for me this is still overall on a sideways movement. But the moment we cross the MA20 line, that's when I can be very positive that indeed we have an uptrend. At this point, it is still sideways. So if you are still interested to get in the stock, wait for a breakout higher than the MA20 line. That's the safest. At least you can be sure that next possible movements will be going higher. 787 still at a resistance for our ACEN. We will check once it two things here. Sometimes when we stay at a resistance for an extended period of time, chances are we could be breaking it or we could have a breakdown. So the people are still having a 50-50. They're having a tug of war at the moment. So who will win, I wonder? Is it going to be the buyer or the seller? But our indication that the buyers are winning is when we have that breakout. Okay, so 796, or the area where it is at right now, that's our resistance. This is promising. I see a 61 million in foreign buying, so who knows? We could have some more movements going up. BSC also on a resistance. We got some green today, but take note, you have a gap up. You had a gap up here. We might go back and revisit that gap, fill that gap before it takes off again. So I'm thinking 103 is the next possible support that I'm looking at. So I see another possible red tomorrow. If not, if it's not going to become a red, there will just be a long wick touching the 103. Next is VUL. VUL continued to rally with some good volume. Okay, so I'm thinking we might have some continuation by tomorrow, but some people for sure will be taking profit. And so try to haggle between 280 and 353. That would be a good area to do a test buy. Test buy so that in case it breaks and goes back to 219, you still have some buying power, or 213. You have some buying power to add more test buy, because in case, on the other hand, it rallies and continues to move higher and higher, you at least have a position. It may not be your ideal size, but at least you are just protecting yourself in the event it breaks down and you just want to use the money to buy it at a lower price, right? So you can have that kind of strategy, but then again, there's no concrete rule on the game you want to play. You can set your own rules. Marimart, we got a green today, but we are still sitting at a resistance area, which is your MA20 line. So this is your resistance. Now, if it breaks that MA20 level, then we're good. We could be pushing the price even higher in this case. And the next possible resistance we're looking at would be around this area. So it's an area, so it could be slightly higher or lower. But overall, personally, I'm also very positive. I'm positive that we have more potentials for this stock to push even higher. In case it drops 661, for me it's already an okay area, or 650. That's an area that I want to add more volume at this point. Since it's sitting at a possible resistance, I'm not doing that as of yet. If it continues to rally to the upside, then I will not make any movements. But if it goes back to 652, the buying power is ready. Aba, okay, fine. So people were profitable, they took profit, and it went back. So chances are we could even go back to the 118 area. So I still treat this as just sideways overall. But 118 is a possible area of support. It could revisit that, then continue to push higher. The next one, BDO. Okay, BDO crossed the MA20 line, so prepare. We might have more movements going down, and it could go back to the 100 level, right? So investors there, this is your opportunity again to buy it at a lower level, which is 100 at this point. MRC got rejected at a resistance level, which is your MA20 line. So will not be surprised if it could also go back to the 0.48 level. So sideways first. This is just on a sideways movement. AR looks like it has created a support at the 0.51 level, or 0.0050. Okay, so overall it could potentially go higher and higher, but just manage your expectations that this is a rare movement, and we will just be moving on the slower pace this time. RRHI still on the oversold level. Volume is not that much, right? But we got some buying activities here with good volume, and then people who took profit is just 1/4. So I'm thinking those who bought right here are holding on to their stocks, and your RSI is also gaining some momentum. So what does this mean? People are holding onto their position. So let me just create a possible support at the area where we are seated at the moment. Okay, so that, I think we could be recovering anytime soon. If you want, if you see another green candlestick here, 56, 55 area, you can do test buy and then wait for it to recover. DWC, I don't know what's the story here. Disposition shares of another corporation. The subscription agreement for this subscription 5,800,000 was signed and notarized. Price per share 1 peso. What's this? Acquired or disposed. Is this an acquisition? Mm-hmm. 5,000,000 shares of K Islands at par value 1 peso per share. After increased Discovery World Corporation subscription by, okay, we'll see. Okay, so that could be the reason why it's moving higher and higher. Just take note. So while the volume is also looking very attractive, as we go higher, the volume is also increasing. So I think this is the kind of trade that momentum traders would want to play. However, if you're not that quick, right, in terms of exits, entries and exits, then chances are when they start taking profit, it might go all the way down in just a span of few minutes. And if you're not able to take action very quickly and decide very quickly, then chances are EPIT, that's the ending. So be extra careful if you want to engage in this stock. I cannot speak confidently because I don't have a solid understanding of what's driving the movement. But be extra careful, right? So my personal note to myself is I only get in a stock if I know the bigger picture, right? So that in case I will not be able to take action on the short term, if I stay there at an extended period of time, I see a bigger picture and the bigger potential of the stock. However, if I sometimes see that, okay, I want to take profit, I do lock in some profit. I do lock in gains, and then I let the other shares follow the trend. So, but overall point is know the story. Why are you entering in the stock? Know yourself. What is your tolerance to risk, and what is your profile, and does your desired profile really meet your day-to-day activities? Because if you want to be a trader and then you have work, chances are you will not be able to execute that really accurately or effectively because you have a divided attention. But if you want to have other activities on the side, you can be a position trader. Enter at an early stage and just stay there for quite some time and then wait for it to go higher. So that's my word of advice for today. Okay, so I think that's the first part. I hope I can record another episode tonight or part two tonight. So feel free to drop a comment in case I may have not covered your stock in this episode. In the meantime, thank you and bye bye for now.